Hi guys, Scotty here with another DBZ Dokkan Battle video for you. In this video, we are going to be looking at the 94th Virtual Dokkan Clash today. This is going to be a special Dokkan Clash with the crossover event that's currently running Xenoverse 2. So there are going to be 3 fights that we're going to be taking a look at, and those are going to be a total for level 1, and that'll be a total for the entire event. So you just need to do 3 fights, you need to bring 3 full teams, although you do have the opportunity to bring a bunch more teams. I think they've given you the full roster, 112, whatever it is. You can bring as many teams as you want. We're going to be building 3 category teams here, but I will shout out some other categories as well in case you can't build these exact teams. Anyway, we're going to be going up against Towa and Mira. First, Tech Boss. They can grant immunity to being stunned, and they reduce damage received as well. These bosses hit a little bit harder, being obviously their level 1 is the only level, so you're not going to be as easy, as much of a pushover as usually on level 1. So we're going to be taking in a full Future Saga team here. We got some very heavy hitters on this team. We've got some good dodge. We've got some good tanks here. We've got the Vegeta and Trunks, who are going to be very good in slot 1. And then we have this awesome fused Fusion Zamasu, who is pretty much able to one-shot this boss, being an int unit, and just the amount of damage he can put out. He can do like 3, 4, 5 supers, all like 26 mil, then 16, 17, 18 mil. So I do have him rainbowed, that is why he hits so hard, but he should also be fine against the boss. He should be able to tank just fine after a couple of supers, and that will be the end of Towa and Mira. And a couple other teams you could bring in here as well, as you could run like a superheroes team as well. We're saving GT heroes and GT bosses for later on, but there are a bunch of other, you can bring the Super Saiyan for Daima Goku team, like Goku's family there as well. There's a good amount of teams you can bring into this, and yeah, we'll be jumping onto the next boss, which is going to be Jiren. Jiren is going to be an AGL boss, so obviously if you want to do mono leads, Tech is going to be, Super Tech is going to be best against him, but we're going to just be doing categories. I think that's the best bet here for the harder bosses anyway. Jiren is going to be granting immunity to being stunned. He disables defense reduction, he reduces damage received, and he gets an attack plus 10% with each attack performed, up to 200%. So he can start hitting quite a bit harder later on, and he does have an AoE as well, which can catch some people unawares, so do watch out for his AoE as well. It is quite low, his damage numbers, because of that 200%. Obviously if you get the full 200%, we're now looking at million super attacks, we're looking at closer to 500,000 AoE. So, but due to the fact that he has such a big 200% is such a big attack modifier, is the words I'm trying to say, he does start off quite a bit lower. So if we can nuke him in the beginning with these units, then we should be just fine. GT heroes should absolutely blow through this without any issue. And yeah, if you don't have the new Super Saiyan 4s here, the Super Saiyan Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta from the anniversary, don't fret at all. You can use the AGL Gogeta as a lead. You can use the Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku from 10th anniversary as well as a good lead for this team as well. So you don't have to have the new guys at all. You can just use those two as a lead, and then full. There are a bunch of other Super Saiyan 4 / Giant 8 power units you can put on this team as well. The Pan's are also very good for GT heroes. Don't sleep on the Pans, the Tech Pan, the physical Pan. They can be great in this as well. We just coming out of the gate a little bit armed to the teeth with these guys. And Gogeta here, AGL Gogeta, should pretty much just one-shot the boss as well himself. Well, one unit it with his 3 or 4 super attacks and all crits. So he should do that for you as well, and we should have AGL Vegeta defeated quite handily, and move on to our next boss, which is going to be Vegeta. Now, physical god Vegeta is going to go through a bunch of stages here. He's going to grant immunity to being stunned, he disables attack and defense reduction, and he reduces damage received. That's going to be his first phase. This is going to be a 3-phase fight, so he is going to change phases in between you defeating him 3 times, but he never gets too crazy. He doesn't get a huge amount of health, at least. We've seen ridiculous numbers in these things before, like 2 billion health, but we don't quite get that. We do get a little bit spicy later on, but we'll get that there in just a bit. So this team should destroy this event quite easily. The physical Omega Shenron combination with his units and the amount of support and AoE that he, not that AoE is super important here, but just the amount of damage he outputs and the rest of these units can output as well is ridiculous, as well as the fact that Vegeta does do some of his supers are counterable by physical Omega Shenron, which is, as you just saw there, is super helpful. So yeah, the only thing with this team is because we don't have a second physical Omega Shenron, we don't have that extra 10% damage reduction we are used to with this team. So do watch out for that, but we do have AGL Legic as another slot 1 for 1 turn. We'll have guaranteed dodge, and I mean we have units like this Nova Shenron who just, I mean, also he is type advantage, but the amount of damage he puts out is just crazy, and yeah, a lot of damage and utility on this team. Now onto the next phase of Vegeta. This is going to be, he is going to raise his attack and defense 1 turn. Every time he supers, he grants immunity to being stunned, he disables attack and defense reduction, and he will seal one of your super attacks as well. So one of your units on that rotation will not be able to super, so just watch out for that. If you are expecting supers to raise defense or anything like that, that unit will have a little debuff icon on it. They won't be able to super and get any of those. Make use of this Tech Shenron as well. He gets a massive damage reduction on his first turn, and if you can get him enough orbs, just remember to give him a ton of orbs, and he can slot 1 like an absolute champ with all the damage reduction he has, plus the support damage reduction from the physical Omega Shenron. He should be like 90% damage reduction. It's ridiculous. So he should be absolutely fine there, and you should blast through this boss as well. Just this team is ridiculous. Yeah, GT Heroes could also work here. If you don't have this team, you could do GT Heroes, and then maybe for your second boss fight, you could have done something like Super Heroes. Good team as well. Power Beyond Super Saiyan, very good team as well. Realm of Gods with the new Vegeta on it as well could work quite nicely. So just a bunch of teams you could try build there as well. If you don't know how to build these teams, feel free to ask in the comments. I don't mind giving out some team builds and that sort of thing. Right, now we get to the final phase of Vegeta here. We're going to slap Legic into slot 1. He's got guaranteed dodge there in slot 1 for his first turn, so he'll be fine no matter what gets thrown at him. And Vegeta is going to still massively raise attack and defense on his super. He grants immunity to being stunned, he nullifies super attack sealing effects, disables attack and defense reduction, and he reduces damage received. So he won't be sealing anything anymore, he won't be doing anything too wild. His super has been raised up quite a bit now though, so he can super, I think it is twice in a turn, if I'm not wrong there. Pretty sure he can do 2 in a turn, or no, sorry, that was the previous boss. The previous could do 2 in a turn, but once you get to this part, you will see he just supers once in a turn. So yeah, Vegeta right at the end is nothing crazy. Again, he only has 185 mil health with 50% damage reduction, so he is not going to be living most of these. Yeah, another team I could probably mention is after the EZA's crossover team would be quite fun to try to do this with as well. Should be able to manage with the EZA's. And yeah, but that is pretty much it. I hope this helped. Thank you so much for watching, and I will check you guys in the next one. Cheers.